A radical, a liberal. Hi, Kevin Blanche. We're coming up on the big anniversary, the 9/11 anniversary. Yeah, 10 years from that nightmare that cost 3,000 people their lives in the acute situation. Hundreds of thousands, millions of innocent lives as we paid the Dragon Slayer. But there's another anniversary, same day. 6 months from the Fukushima nightmare. It will be 6 months. Let's review the Fukushima nightmare. March 11th. Spews. Starts to get reported as spews. I put up a video the morning thereof saying this thing's going to be 10 times bigger than you think, because I've been waiting for this to happen. I've been saying it's going to happen for decades, if not years. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, anybody who had any sense knew that it was going to happen. Okay, it happens. I said, watch the media downplay it, watch the media dilute it down, watch the corporate elites circle the wagons, watch the far-right radical morons justify killing themselves. Because that's what they do. As Freud said, any repressed society should not survive and doesn't have the right to survive and will not survive. And that's exactly what they are. They're far-right radical repressives. Look. CNN. Fox News, ABC, NBC, CBS, BBC, all of them. Is it a cultural thing? Refuse to report this thing. They refuse. CNN every night, I'd watch CNN, they would put on, they had a guy from MIT. And for all you people that watch this 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, when the lawsuits are raining and everybody's having a fit, when everybody's getting freaked and the incident of cancer goes psychotic around the globe, to all you history buffs after I'm dead and gone, and you look back on this YouTube video and you go to the subset of videos I put up from day one. Plenty of people in the know. I'm in the know. I am in the know. And the reason I'm in the know because my father was an atomic veteran. He was nuked to death in the desert. I lived in Utah. I watched the downwinders. I lived this whole thing. I've ate, slept, drinking since I was a kid. The media refuses to report it. CNN has their guy on there. MIT guy. Downplaying it, downplaying it. This expert they got, Skyping him. Expert, downplaying it, downplaying it. Anderson Cooper, Sanjay Gupta, the whole works of them go over there. They're set up in Norwich Paddle. You know, even if you take the Fukushima nightmare out of the equation, how big of a catastrophe was this? Gargantuous. Okay, so they do what they do. They go set up shop and they start reporting on this gargantuous tsunami monster. Okay, they're set up. All of a sudden, it turns that there's a meltdown going at TEPCO, has covering up, and Hong Kong outlets out there are reporting it. Japan's not reporting it. The U.S. media is not reporting it. The UK media is not reporting it. The world, Hong Kong starts reporting it. Okay, they start reporting it. I put up the video first day. Me and one other guy. There's only two other guys who started commentary on this, who stayed with us from the get. There's only two of us. And you freaking, all you fair winds and you phony lying bastards who bandwagon and jumped on, you downplayed it too. YouTube's proof. It's proof. Go dig in. Okay? So they start reporting that there's a core meltdown. They start diluting it down. CNN brings in their nuclear industry guys and they play downplay, 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 downplay. Okay, they start shooting water on top of it to cool these reactors. The spent fuel rods are sitting there. Starts flowing into the Pacific. Still downplay it. 2 Saturday mornings later, Sanjay Gupta does his medical show. Has a kid from Michigan on his medical show. He sits, this kid comes out and he says, I was sick in my bed in 1986 when Chernobyl happened, and I thought this was all drummed up, hyped up bullshit. I've always believed that, so I went over there a few years ago, and I found out there's nobody sick, there's nobody dying, I didn't find anybody with no 3 eyeballs. And Sanjay Gupta's like, yeah, it was all freaking hyped up. And then he puts up a picture of some people in Chernobyl fishing, holding on, as the plutonium's being reported, flown into the Pacific by me and many others in the know. There's Gupta. Next guest, he puts on a doctor from Japan. This is the most grotesque, hideous piece of journalism. The guy should be in prison for it, in my book. And he's going to have a price to pay. As time evolves on, his career is going to be so tainted, and I'm going to make sure no one ever forgets this. He brings a doctor from Japan on his show. This is a guy who is up to be the Surgeon General in the United States. This is a network we're the most trusted news network in the world, who spent trillions and trillions. He brings on this doctor in Japan, and she legitimately uses the Ann Coulter, that dude's line, that radiation is somewhat good for you. And this is a Japanese doctor, no bullshit. She's on there saying how it's good. I freaked out. I put up videos, went crazy. It is fact, fact, fact. That is a documented fact. The delusion keeps going. Every night CNN brings on a so-called the same expert. He's diluting down. Well, they're only there for a week. They're only on Japan for a week. The reports are coming into Hong Kong, and I'll never forget Anderson Cooper saying, should we get out? Now, all the reports, the wind was blowing out over the ocean, the weather, for the first week. Should we get out? Yeah, the weather's going to switch on Saturday. I'm screaming to myself, get out, get out, get out. Okay? They back off to Tokyo immediately. So there's your proof that they knew. Same with ABC, same with NBC, same with CBS, same BBC. All the media pulls back to Tokyo. There's your fact that they knew. They knew, they back out. This Saturday. Okay, then at Saturday, the wind switches over the mainland. They're all home. Proof. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, CNN, every single one of them. How long did they set up Phuket? Months. How long did they set up shop in Haiti? Months. Japan was, like I like to say, on Balco compared to this. How long did they stay there? Wait. They knew, yet they refused to report this. This will kill millions more times people than 9/11 killed. As horrible and as nightmare that is, and a young man, I was a professor at the time. See, I never bothered to interview me. You don't want anybody up there, you know. One of my students was killed that day. But labs sealed off, yellow tape right after. Saudi kids working in the labs. Fact. This will kill millions more. Many millions more than as catastrophic as 9/11 was. Now granted, 9/11, did the terrorists get what they wanted? Create fear in the American society and crush our economy and Greenspan play ball and the fear-mongering work? Oh yeah, they got what they wanted. Did the freak attempt go nightmare? That wasn't intended. Is it going to accomplish the unintended? Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because the media refused to report it properly. Because the government agencies that are in charge refused. Because the far right radical is pro-business to the own point of killing themselves. That's why. That is who to blame. Was it a catastrophe waiting to happen? Yes, just like it is here. Spent fuel rods or anything. Did Mother Nature do it? That's debatable. I mean, I have a whole theory on climate change. You know I'm a big believer that we have changed the climate, and that's why these things are happening. I truly believe this. But, could have been contained like Chernobyl was. Granted, killed thousands and millions in Japan, the poor people of Japan. But it wouldn't have killed billions across the earth, which it's going to do over the next 50, 100,000 years. Could that have been prevented? Yes! Yes, it could have been entombed. A bladder system could have been put in place immediately. Who's to blame for that part of it? The media. Contemporized popular culture in the world. Morons. There is some blame, and it ain't my fucking blame. I did my part, and there's a few other people that did. Dr. Ligario, RadiationAlerts.org. The other one young woman who's been milking clowns, who's been all over this. There's a bunch of people that have been all over this. We tried. Kevin Blanche.